YouTube. Welcome to our weekly webinar series. Hi everyone, you're welcome to our weekly webinar series. Today we are going to be addressing brand positioning to 10x or to smash your Q2 revenue target. Thank you so much everyone who's joined on YouTube, on Instagram. It's great to have you here today on our weekly webinar series. And we're going to go straight into today's conversation. To be able to kickstart today's conversation, I want us to focus on what it means to actually build a brand. I think that's the first stage to actually discussing this. Okay, because I find that there are lots of people who believe that, before I go towards that direction, let's focus on the different reasons why people start businesses. Good morning, Coach Nancy. It's great to see you. Thank you, Edith Lemoha. Thank you, Iman, for joining. There's so many reasons why people start businesses. For some people, it's to be able to, of course, bring in the numbers as quick as possible. For some others, it's about becoming an authority in that industry. And yesterday I had a coaching session with one of my clients, and she said to me, I have been trying to build authority for 2-3 months, and I don't think I'm making as much money as those who are running sponsored ads. And I asked her a very simple question. What is your goal to start this business? She said, I want to become an authority. I said, good. If you want to become an authority, then what you are doing is in order. How be it? If you do feel like you need money quickly, then you can invest into sponsored ad, but don't let go of your authority building process because your goal is clear. And so before we start talking about brand positioning, you have to be clear what your goal is for this business. For some people, they don't care about the brand. They just want to make money, which is okay if that's where you're at. Why for some people, I want to make money, but I also want to be positioned as an authority in that industry so that I can scale. So that I can scale and build a thing and leave a legacy from that business. Because anything that you dedicate your time, your attention, your effort to, you can as well build a legacy out of it. And that's why it's important that people begin to pay attention to brand positioning as a means to actually smash their Q2 target. Now, one of the things I want us to recognize is that customers will buy from you if they feel that they trust you. And every time people do business with you, it's easy for them to bring people again and again and again and again. So it means that if you dedicate your time to positioning your brand, as much as you're able to serve people and they're satisfied, there's guarantee that people will keep coming to you if your product works and delivers value to the end user. So you need to be clear what your goal is from inception. So if you're going to build your brand, the first thing to pay attention to is you have to articulate your most important offering as a business owner. Now, your most important offering to the different stakeholders in your business. Every business owner has several stakeholders. First stakeholder is your customer. The second stakeholder are your partners. And when I say partners, I'm talking about maybe your employees, your co-founder, and the people who are working with you to be able to bring together the service and products you provide for your customers. So that's stakeholder number 2. Stakeholder number 3 is advertisers, right? And stakeholder number 4 is investors. So in every business, there are at least 4 different kinds of stakeholders. If you are going to be positioning your brand or building your brand, you have to pay attention to these 4 different stakeholders and create your most important offering to each of them. So what your most important offering to your customer is different from what it is to your partner. It's different from what it is to your advertiser. It's different from what it is to your investor. So it means that your brand positioning statement for each of these category of persons has to be different. For the customer, they just want to know how you solve their problem. So if you're creating your brand positioning subject and tagline for your customer, focus on how I solve their problem. For your partners, you have to focus on how their activities actually bring in the numbers. So that means that for your partners, they must see the vision with you, and they must see all the different activities that have to be done by the organization or the company or the business to bring in the vision that all of you have agreed on. Do you see how this is? And then the next is the advertisers, people who are going to throw their weight behind your brand to say, I have used this brand. You two need to pay attention to it. Your advertisers can be previous customers. It can be people who you employ as either brand influencers or those who their major goal is just to do commercials for business. So whatever your brand statement is to those category of persons must also differ. Then for your investors, investors want to see structures, systems, numbers. They want to see how the entire business model would deliver what the ROI of whatever they're investing. So for Hi, thank you so much, Dr. Louisa. It's great to see you here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And so, for your investors, you have to make sure this is properly articulated so that they're able to see how whatever they are bringing into your business can guarantee ROI. So, as a business owner, wherever you are, you have to sit down and say, what's my brand statement, my brand positioning statement for each of these stakeholders in my business, for customers, for partners. Like I said, partners involve maybe your co-founder, your employees, and all the different people involved in the A to Z of moving the goods and services from you, the business owner, to the end user, right? Those are your partners. And then the third category of persons, the advertisers. Okay, and I need to teach you something about advertisers. If you're going to partner with somebody to advertise your business, whether as a testimonial or as an influencer or as somebody who is into real-time commercials, you have to make sure that you're factoring into place the audience of the person who is doing the advertising for you. Let me say that again. You have to make sure you're factoring into play the audience of the person who is doing the commercial. So if you're going to hire an influencer to do an advert for you, you have to be certain that the influencer's audience is taken into place when you are creating the copy for the advert. So that means you're going to have to work hand in hand with the influencer to say, as much as this is what I want to put as what my business stands for, who are your audience? What are their personalities? What are the things they like? How do you appeal to them easily? How can we incorporate them into what we're trying to create through you as an advertiser? As far as the overarching message will be the same, right? The overarching message will be uniform, but you have to be adaptable so that the advertiser's audience and the advertiser's personality is merged into the entire advertisement you're trying to do for your brand. So a typical example is if I'm going to influence for a brand, I am not going to do what a maybe a very bubbly brand ambassador is going to do. I'm not the type that will want to dance with your product. That's not who I am. I won't even appeal to an audience looking that way. So if you're going to be selling a product through me as a brand ambassador, you have to look at the personality of the person, look at the audience they appeal to, and make sure that your overarching message tallies with who they are, or you are able to adapt your overarching message to who they are and the audience they appeal to, so that at every point in time you're getting maximum ROI for your advertising efforts. So it means that I may be selling maybe a cosmetic brand now, and you're using maybe me as an influencer, you're using somebody else who is probably I'm careful not to mention names now so that it doesn't look like I'm recommending people that I may not necessarily endorse, right? You look for a person who is very bubbly and way up there. It is the same cosmetic product, but different brand appeal, different intonation. The same brand, the same messaging, different brand appeal, different tonation, different audiences they're trying to serve, but overarching one same brand. Do you see what I mean? That way you're able to maximize your ROI. That's why it may look like you gave a person to advertise your product and service, but it looks like nothing happened when they put out your product. It's because you were focused on what I want to say as the business owner versus who the advertiser is, who their audience are, and how they can use their own brand appeal to bring in the customers. Do you see what I mean? I hope this is clear. If this is clear, please, I would like to see in the comment section you understand this, because it's so important that we don't miss this as far as brand positioning is concerned. With this sort of positioning, you will find that your brand may be in different places at the same time, yet is delivering maximum results with different brand appeal, but an overarching message. Do you see what I mean? Different brand appeal and overarching message. And I know that it takes strategy to be able to develop this, because I know that for some business owner, they'll be like, how do I sit down and start coming up with a copy or a pitch or an appeal that the audience of the person would buy? That's why you need strategies to be able to sit with you and design this from beginning to market. That way, you'll be certain that everything you have going on is delivering for you what you have discussed at inception or from inception that you want to achieve. So, yeah, that's for advertisers. And then for investors, your brand positioning must be such that your business model shows from beginning that if they follow through with all the, if you follow through with all the activities you have planned to follow through, you'll be able to deliver on the ROI they're bringing into your business. Okay. Also, okay. The next thing is I want to also put this out here as a business owner. If you look at your offerings and your customer or your competitors can boast of the exact offerings you have, you need to go back to the drawing board. I need to say this again. If you look at your offerings, when I say offerings, now your offerings are different from your products and services. Your product and services are the avenue with which you deliver the value to the customer. Your offering is what makes the customer feels like I need that product. Let me say that again. Your product and service is different from the offer. Your product and service is the vehicle with which you deliver the result to the customer. Your offering is what makes the customer feels like I need that product. So without a compelling offering, you can have a great product, but you won't make money. And that's why the services we offer at the Just Ibe company is pivotal for every business owner, whether you're an SME, whether you're a startup entrepreneur or you're a budding entrepreneur. The most important part of building any business is refining your offerings. Once your offerings are not, crystal clear, you don't bring in customers. Okay. So as a business owner, you need to go back to the drawing table today and say, can I look at all the different offerings I have as a business owner in comparison with what my competitors have? If our offerings look very similar, A to Z, I need to go back to the drawing table, because one of the most important things about brand positioning is that I will tweak my offering in a way that it is difficult for you to say, this person offers A, you also offer the same thing. It is difficult. It may be the overarching, the same final result, final destination, but the offer cannot be the same with every other person's offer. If not, you will not stand out from the crowd, because brand positioning is about building a perception or building an appeal that's different from everybody else in the market, yet delivering value. So you have to do that assignment on your own to say, these are all the offerings I have for my product. Again, your product is not the same as your offering. And I just feel like there are people here who may not even understand the concept of products and offerings, right? If you feel like you need to really get that, you can send me a message. We could set up a strategy session so that we look at all your products, create offers for each of them, then create copies for each of them. Do you see the progression? The product, the offer, the copies. The product, the offer, the copies, that progression. Until you have this in this dimension, you may not be able to pull in customers repeatedly, except you want to keep going to people's DMs, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy. And it's not sustainable. It's not. I've coached and trained thousands of entrepreneurs across the globe. There's not one sustainable model that, relies upon chasing people every day to come and do business with you. So having said that, look at your product offerings right now and say, these offers that I have, if people go on the internet or go and look at my competitors, would they find it so easily? If yes, go back to the drawing table. If you're not able to do it alone, you need to come into my DM, because it's important that you set that differentiation early. That way, you're able to position yourself as a go-to person for what it is that you do. Okay, the next thing in brand positioning is creating narratives that provide context to the lives of the people that you serve. And when I say narratives, I'm talking about creating mental pictures, physical pictures, psychological pictures, social pictures, featuring the things going on in the lives of your customers. Your customers who you want to serve, they live in a world of their own. You, the business owner, you live in your own world. Your ability to create narratives that explain the world of your customers is directly proportional to how much you make. It feels like I'm speaking big English. Let me attempt to break this down, right? You as the business owner live in a world. The customer you're trying to serve, they live in their own world. As a business owner, your ability to enter into their world and create narratives that speak to their world is what makes you collect their money. That means that if I have headache, right? as a customer, and you, the business owner, you're trying to sell me multivitamins. We're not in the same world. You're speaking a language I don't understand because I have headache. So as a business owner, creating narratives that mirror exactly the world your customers are in so that you can transport them from their world into your world and they can give you their money. It's as basic as that. And how do you do that? Storytelling. Storytelling, capturing the details of the lives they are going through, or their daily life, or their daily living, their daily struggle, their aspirations, their desires, their needs, even the things that they want that they're not able to speak with their mouth. Your ability to capture them in stories, in content, in videos would help you truly get the best of their attention. This morning, I sat and I created about 8 different videos. And these videos were literally what I'm teaching you now is what I did for that particular brand. I run a movement called the Kingdom Influencers Global Community. And in order for us to bridge the gap between our world and the world of the customers we're trying to serve, we had to create this sort of narratives that helps us get into their world and bring them into our world. In the next couple of days, that's what you should be doing as a business owner who wants to stand out and who wants to be positioned for customers to run after you. Because the minute they understand that this person understands my narrative, speaks my language, understands the life that I'm going through, it is easy for them to give you money today, tomorrow, and consistently non-stop. That should be you as a business owner. Because guess what? No matter how good you are with chasing after people, a time will come you'll get exhausted because it's not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. So build a brand leveraging the things that I have taught you today. The next thing to pay attention to if you want to position your brand to smash your Q2 target is provide facts about your products and the results that it brings to the table. Facts about your products, the results, and projected impact where necessary. If you want to use this to smash your Q2 target, it means that you're going to begin to itemize the things that your business has done for the customers in real-time numbers. So let me explain this to you in a practical way. Let's say that you're a person who sells clothes, apparel, right? You sell corporate apparel. And you are technically always saying, come and buy this dress, come and buy this top, come and buy this suit, come and buy this jacket, and all of that. It's great that you keep putting that out at least top of mind. But guess what will change the game for your business? Guess if you do these simple things I'm about to tell you, whether you're in fashion or in any other brand, it's the same principle. It will skyrocket the value of your brand, your positioning in the marketplace. It will literally change the game for you. And it's high-level thinking. And when I say high-level thinking, it doesn't mean that you cannot sell to other people outside that market. So basically saying that 50 of our clients have been clothed with our apparel and they have gone ahead to clinch high-level positions in multinational organizations. Do you see what I'm saying? You have projected result, even though it's clothes you're selling. In the last 1 month, we have clothed 50 employees who went on to become board members in international organizations, who went on to become executive directors. This is what I'm saying. We clothed. It's clothes you're selling, but you're now tying the clothes that you're selling to the fact that women who are wearing it are clinching board positions, director positions, and promotions, literally new career opportunities, new business deals. You are pairing that result. That's clothes that you sell with those results. And that's not to say it should be fictitious. There's no way that people you are selling to are not getting promoted. It's because we don't see how this ties to brand positioning. We don't follow up enough to see the transformation in the lives of the people who are our business, who are our customers. Because there's a direct correlation with apparel and the way you carry yourself. It's directly relational. The day I look very good, I carry myself like, yes, I look like it. I am it. And so your confidence begins to exude in the way you speak, your posture, your poise, your results. This is what I'm saying. Your contributions, and the list is endless. And I just give an example for clothes. It cuts across every industry, whether it's skincare, whether it's hair, whether it's jewelry, whether it's shoe, whether it's bag, whether it's food that you sell. Do you see what I'm saying? You can say, because of the program that we do, our clients have moved from struggling with low self-esteem to now entering into who they really are and then getting different kinds of results for their life. Their marriages are transformed, their finances are transformed, and the list is endless. Do you see what I'm saying? In fact, you can, for somebody who sells food, you can even say by our programs, our customers have saved more money. Because if you're helping people with weight loss, it means that they are cutting off the carbs and all the money that they spend on junk. They're eating healthy. They're going to be saving more money. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's a way to think high level that positions your brand as not just a person who needs the chase. And guys, what I'm teaching you today may not look like what everybody else is doing on social media. And that's the reason why you should stand out. Because at the end, sustainability is what will speak for those who are willing to go the full 9 yards of positioning their brand. Because you will now be recognized for adding value and your projected impact in the lives of the people that you serve, in the society, in the community. That way you become a household name. That way investors are more drawn towards you because it looks like you have a vision, you have a direction, and you're transforming lives. As business owners, if you aren't doing this with your business, go back to the drawing board. Because we are in that era where the chaff will be sifted from the wheat. We're in that era. We're in that era. The earlier you start positioning yourself, the better. Because the indices for numbers, transformation, sales, money, it will begin to change. It will literally begin. It has started changing. If you're observing, if you're not observing, I'm saying it to you today so that you too can go back to the drawing board and begin to tweak those things that you have been doing. Okay? Another thing is you have to make sure that you create examples and case studies with the products and services that you offer. Meaning that if you want to build a brand, you want to position your brand to smash your numbers, make sure that your content and your strategy is geared towards using case studies to drive home the points that you're trying to prove to your customers. I just gave examples of how you can report what you do as a person who sells clothes and how it affects the lives of people. A case study of this is Mrs. A. Maybe a fictitious name like a Bimbo because you don't want to use the person's real name. When Bimbo came to us, she was this lady who for 3 years has not been promoted in her job. And she was losing her mind because she has given birth to her third child, and the bills, the income has not changed, but the bills are piling up. She's frustrated, she's unhappy, the weight of the bill is so much on her. Literally, these are case studies. Because guess what? There are people going through it. As you're using case studies, the people who it's their life story you're telling, they'll be like, oh my God, I need to pay attention. This girl is speaking to me. This girl is speaking to me. And you go, BC came to us, and from interacting with her, we recognized that this is what she was going through. We decided that we were going to change her entire wardrobe at a budget so that her self-confidence can be boosted, and then she can begin to speak at meetings that matter. She can begin to literally pay attention to relationships. You give those case studies from beginning to how the person's life was transformed. And that becomes your content style. As that becomes your content style, gradually people are coming to your page to come and look for how a story that you're sharing relates to them. And as it relates to them, they key in or they plug in, they get connected, and they begin to become loyal fans, loyal followers, and eventually become buyers. And as they become buyers, what happens is they consistently keep bringing people to you. A properly positioned brand will never go out of customers who will patronize them. Let me say it again. A properly positioned brand will never go out of customers who will patronize them. A properly positioned brand will attract partnerships nationally, globally. A properly positioned brand will enter into rooms where those who are not positioned will not enter into. And so if you're a business owner who wants to play for the long haul, begin to practice everything I have taught you today. Of course, if you don't feel like, well, I just want to make money, that's also good. But for a while, that shouldn't be you all the time. Because after a while, you'll fizzle away. Okay? So make sure that while you are making the money, you are putting effort into positioning your brand. We're meant to do just 30 minutes. We're already 2 minutes past 30 minutes, and we're going to bring the class to an end today. I'm going to take a few questions, but before I do, I want to quickly do a cap of why we did today's class. The essence of building or positioning your brand is so that you can create a unique impression in the minds of your customers, so that your customers can easily associate something with you. They can associate an expression, an impression, a feeling, a transformation, a result with you. The minute you have the share of mind of your customers, you're positioned. Let me say it again. The minute you have the share of mind of your customers, you're positioned. If you haven't gotten to that place where they can relate your brand with this, then you still have to keep going, keep building, keep positioning, so that until you get to that place where share of mind, the minute your name is mentioned, then you know that you have started touching something. And that's why these big brands that we all look up to, the Coca-Colas, the Pepsi, the Indomie, give me different examples. That's why they don't focus on doing advertising that says come and buy. They don't do it. The reason why is because they know that all I need to do is get your share of mind. Once I get your share of mind, any store you go to, you'll be looking for me. In that same way as small business owners, I know that we may not have the amount of money Coca-Cola has to throw around commercials and advertising, but us in our own businesses, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, every platform we have, let us consistently make sure that we're building our brand so that the minute our names are mentioned, we are related to something. We are related to something. I have a program that I have created called the Social Media Seller Formula. It's a 9-module course that would help you truly build out from beginning to the end, or modify what you have existing for an existing business. And in the next 48 hours, we'll be giving a 60% discount on that program. For those who want to be a part of that program, just send me a message either on my WhatsApp, for those of you who came on from WhatsApp, or on Instagram, send me a DM. It's 60% discount for the next 48 hours, so that you too can model everything that we have recorded in that program and be able to use it to build out your business. Remember, like I said, I want to be a part of the lives of business owners who are building for the long haul, because in Africa, we need to raise sustainable businesses. The economy may not be smiling, but you can be smiling if you know that you are building an institution, a business that will last longer than even you ever imagined to. It's just to follow the systems, follow the processes, follow the teachings that we have taught you today, and subsequent ones that you will learn in all our webinars and masterclasses. And so for those who want to take that course today and tomorrow, you have access to it at 60% discount just for 48 hours. It normally costs 100,000 naira, but today you get it at 40,000 naira today and tomorrow. Just send me a message either through WhatsApp or Instagram, and we will hook you up with that program so that you too can get started. The beautiful things about the Social Media Seller Formula is if you go through our page, you'll see people who just took the course today and tomorrow they double their numbers. Literally. It feels like magic, but it's the truth. All you need to do is apply one tweak. Everything that looks like it's not working in your business is a knowledge gap. Let me say it again. Everything that is not working in your business today is a knowledge gap. It's not because there's something wrong. It's just a knowledge gap. One tweak can transform your numbers immediately. Just one tweak. And if you go through our page, you'll see the testimony of people who they just did one tweak and the next day money kept coming in. Literally. The tweak may just be in your value proposition. I'm not joking. It may just be that. The tweak may just be in the content that you created. It's as basic as that, but with access to people who have gone ahead, who have done this again and again and again, it will shorten the curve for you and help you do a lot more with your business. And in fact, I'm going to throw in an extra bonus for those who are taking this in the next 48 hours. I will give you 15 minutes of my time for free. 15 minutes of my time for free after you have taken the course. Because when you are done with the course, you may have a couple questions. I will take 15 minutes. I'll give to the people who take it in the next 48 hours. Now I know that may be that's me demanding a lot from myself, but I'm willing to do that just so that the next business owners who are willing to make this investment will see transformation within the next 1 month in their businesses just by applying the teachings in this Social Media Seller Formula. I look forward to seeing as many of you be a part of the Social Media Seller Formula. Send me a DM on Instagram, send me a chat on WhatsApp if you came through WhatsApp, for those of you on YouTube. Thank you so much for being a part of today's class. And I would see you by the grace of God next week, Tuesday, for another weekly webinar series. For those of you who may just be joining, the replays are going to be up on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, right? Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. All four places, all the videos are streaming there. You can catch the replay in any of the platforms you choose to catch the replay. It's okay. All replays are available. Thank you so much, Aribi, Olaronke. Thank you, Dr. Louisa. It's great to have you. Thank you, Lillian. Thank you, Debola. Thank you, Zulia Cosmetics. Thank you, Hadassah. Thank you, So Gifted. Thank you, Essentials Organics Ghana. Thank you, Coach Nancy. Thank you, Edith. Thank you, MM. Thank you, everyone who's joined today. We appreciate you doing this with us every Tuesday, and we look forward to seeing you next week, Tuesday. Remember, if you are ready to truly apply just one or two tweaks in your business so that you too can begin to see transformation, send us a DM and clinch the 60% discount on the social media seller formula. God bless you too. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.